Welcome to ScareTheater, and today I'm talking about the deep web, which was requested by Savannah Dean, and here's the scary picture of the day. This one was sent in by CCCC3333, so anyways, here is the deep web video. The deep web goes by several different names, such as the deep net, the invisible net, and the hidden web. A computer scientist named Mike Bergman coined the term in 2000. The deep web is pretty much anything on the internet that cannot be accessed by using a normal search engine. Bergman uses the analogy that surfing the web normally is like taking a net and dragging it across the surface of the ocean. Whereas there's a lot that you can catch, there's also a whole lot more that you can't even reach. A more popular analogy used to represent the deep web is an iceberg. The top of the iceberg being the surface web, which is what we can normally access, and the submerged part of the iceberg being the deep web. The deep web is said to be colossal. In fact, some predictions say the deep web consists of 96% of everything on the internet, while we are only browsing 4% of the internet. So how do you access the deep web? It's actually pretty easy. You can't access the deep web with any browser such as Firefox or Chrome. You need to download the Tor browser from torproject.org. Once you have downloaded and started up the Tor browser, you're ready to start browsing the deep web. Simply type in a deep web link into the URL bar and you're ready to go. You can identify deep web links as ending in .onion. TheHiddenWiki.org has a whole list of deep web links. Now that you have access to deep web, you might want to know exactly what it's used for. As you might have guessed, it's mainly used for a lot of illegal activities such as distributing child porn, drugs, snuff films, weapons, and there are even assassination services available on the deep web. Pretty much anything illegal you can think of can be found there if you search deep enough. Along with illegal services, you can also find illegal documents and a lot of other leaked information. As you've probably realized, the deep web can be a very dangerous place, so it's important to be careful when you're here. Now, I want to make it clear that it's not actually as dangerous as a lot of people say. Some people out there think it's so dangerous to the point where you'll get a bunch of viruses and people tapping into your webcam just by visiting it. Now, this is extremely unlikely. Me and a bunch of other people go on the deep web pretty often, and at least for me, nothing bad has ever happened, and I've never seen anything on the deep web that was more disturbing than something I've seen on the surface web. Believe it or not, a few years ago when I was pretty reckless about all of this, I even downloaded something from the deep web. Nothing ever happened after I downloaded the file, and the computer still worked fine. Now, I still highly discourage you ever download anything from the deep web because it's still dangerous, and I probably just got lucky. Overall, as long as you don't download anything, or fall for something really stupid, then you should be fine. The deeper you search into the deep web, the more disturbing things you will find. There are several YouTubers that create a lot of content in which they explore the deep web and post their findings. Two users in particular that I have seen doing this are Takedown Man and Some Ordinary Gamer. You should check them out sometime. Like I've said before, my deep web stories really are not all that interesting, but I've read about some other people's deep web stories. Some of the stories were pretty boring, one which included some guy getting scammed out of $200 while trying to buy drugs, but some of the other stories were a bit more unnerving. I read one about someone who was on the deep web before Google was created. He came upon a web server with a large directory of files, but one file was called "Hello There," and it was made only a moment ago. When he opened the file, it said, "I see you," and then 15 seconds later, the server dropped. Along with creepy encounters that people have had on the deep web, there are also some really strange ones. One person said that while browsing the deep web, they found a forum dedicated to people posting voice recordings they created of automated train messages telling you where the next stop would be. Then the people would discuss the recordings. Pretty much what I'm trying to say is that a lot of weird stuff can happen here. If you want to hear about more scary deep web stories, you can just search up scary deep web stories on YouTube, and you'll find lots of videos with them. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Have fun surfing the deep web, remember to be safe and pull out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.